Hi, Tony DeWitt here, Missouri appellate attorney and a guy who likes to make the law make sense on YouTube. Somebody asks, can 911 calls be used as evidence in court? I'll have the answer in just a moment. 911 calls are often used in court. They're often used to explain why police responded to a particular residence. They're often used to lay out the factual predicate for how the investigation started. And when someone speaks to 911, everything they say is recorded. But what you may not know, and which I think a lot of people ought to know, is that the 911 system starts recording before the operator answers the telephone. So you dial 911 and you say, boy, I hope I can pull this off. And then the operator comes on and says, what, 911, what is your emergency? And you say, my house is on fire. And then you hang up and you have a big laugh about it. Well, you're probably going to get busted for making a false police report, because they're going to hear the first part of that when they review the tape. And when they review the tape, it's all over for you, because, especially if your house isn't burning down. Prank calls to 911 are not a good idea. They take it very seriously. Another more frequent cause of trouble with 911 calls are something called swatting. Swatting occurs when someone makes a call to the police saying, and usually this is done from a burner phone, saying, hey, so-and-so is at this residence and he's got hostages, and I think he shot one of them in the leg. He's got a 9mm, he's got an AR-15, all this other stuff. And then, of course, the police are bound to take that information seriously. And what do? They go to the residence, and a lot of times they kick down the door. And if somebody kicked down my door at 3 o'clock in the morning thinking I was holding somebody hostage, even if they're yelling police, their life is in danger because I'm armed, and my life is in danger because they think I'm hurting people. So that's another reason why 911 calls, they are, if you make a false 911 call, it's going to be problematic for you. Another reason that it's problematic is if you are indeed the person who hurt someone or killed someone, even if it was in self-defense. Again, everything you say is recorded and on tape. And 911 dispatchers are taught to get as much information as they can on that phone call. What's your name? What were you doing? Tell me what happened. Is the person alive? Are they hurt? Where are they laying? All this information. And if you keep talking, you're going to keep giving them information. And in a situation, particularly in a self-defense situation, if you've just been attacked, you've had a huge dump of stress hormones into your body, and you may not be thinking straight. You've essentially had a chemical injury to your brain. So if you make a 911 call, name, address, telephone number if they don't have it, and then say, I can't talk anymore, and put the phone down. Don't turn it off. Put the phone down and don't say another word. Because again, it's going to record everything you say, particularly where you've been involved in a situation that involves self-defense, where you've been attacked and you've had to defend yourself with a gun or a knife or a club. There is a good chance that you are pretty shaken up, and you're liable to just be talking to self-soothe, so to speak. You have to guard against that because, again, 911 records all that information. Now, why do I say that? You're probably thinking, well, if you're not guilty of doing anything wrong, why would you worry about that? You worry about that because not everyone believes that you are not guilty. In fact, a lot of times and in a lot of jurisdictions, particularly in jurisdictions like Illinois and Washington State and Oregon, the presumption will be that you did something wrong. The presumption will be that you could have avoided this. And anything you say that says, oh man, I wish I hadn't answered the door, or I wish I hadn't let him in. If you say something like that, it's going to work against you. So again, it's best not to say anything other than there's an emergency at this location, somebody's been injured, I was attacked, I'm the victim, my name is whatever it is, and then put the phone down and wait for the police to arrive. If you're a concealed carrier and you think you may someday have to defend yourself, I recommend you make yourself a card with this information and put it in your wallet so that you have it. When the 911 operator comes on and says, "What is your emergency?" tell them your name and tell them where you're located. Tell them you were attacked and tell them you were in fear for your life and you had to defend yourself and to send police and medical. Leave it vague. Don't go into details. Don't say you shot someone. Tell them to send police and medical, nothing more. That's how you handle that situation. And then when the police arrive, when they pull up outside, say, the police are here, and click off the phone. That's how you handle that situation. Because, again, you don't want to say too much. That's especially true if you are not guilty. Because the more you say, the more complicated the record gets, and the more difficult it is for an attorney later to defend you. So I hope that helps clear things up. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. If you haven't already, go over here and subscribe to our channel. And as always, I'd appreciate a like, a share, a subscribe, and you know what to do. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on here next time.